Hi, my name is David Zuniga, founder of Tactical Civics. I spent over a year in monastic isolation in the Texas Hill Country. Praying every day, I asked God to show me how exactly America was hijacked and how we can end the hijacking. The Lord graciously answered that prayer. The original hijacking of our Constitution began when Abe Lincoln was president. Most people don't know that Abe Lincoln and Karl Marx were mutual admirers, and that Marx was Horace Greeley's star foreign correspondent for the New York Tribune. Yes, Washington, D.C. is the most lawless, ruthless city-state in history. It rules the world with a crooked claw. But this is old news. By the time Woodrow Wilson was president, 8 out of the 10 planks in Marx's Communist Manifesto had already become Washington, D.C. policy. Our governments, federal, state, county, and many cities, have been communist by Marx's definition for over a century. Let that sink in. This is not the end of the world. And the evil ones, by the way, are losing their momentum. Now we've founded Tactical Civics because it's time. Now, where did the name Tactical Civics originate? Well, tactical is defined as operations that are smaller, closer to base, and of less long-term significance than strategic operations. Remember, we said that strategically, America is defined by our Constitution, the highest law, where we the people take king of the hill position. Remember that. So civics, in our American context, is who's boss. That's all civics means, who's boss. Our mission at Tactical Civics is to educate, inspire, support, supply, and organize members for true patriotism. We define patriotism as we the people making our servant government obey the U.S. Constitution. Today there are people and groups who want to radically change the Constitution. And there are other groups who say the Constitution is dead. We're the only organization helping Americans actually enforce that highest American law. And guess what? We the people are the only authority over the U.S. Constitution who can see to its enforcement.
The U.S. Constitution is no mere parchment tradition. It is the highest law in America. Its first 3 words make clear that we the people are the creators of federal government. Popular sovereignty means that we the people are America's apex sovereigns, the highest level of American government. The next lower level of government is the sovereign states. Seen as a contract, the people in the states were the parties to the Constitution. Finally, the lowest level of the American government is the federal servant that we the people created, defined, and limited in our highest law. Every American attorney and judge must honor this law. Yet the media, Washington, D.C., our schools and federal courts teach precisely the opposite. The Founding Fathers were very clear. The American people are the ultimate power over government. Ending this massive organized crime is the mission to recruit, train, support, and organize the American people to begin enforcing the U.S. Constitution against the criminal element in the U.S. Congress. Let us remember the hierarchy of American government. We the people will pursue only our own members of Congress in our own state criminal courts, rather than attempt to stop every criminal in all 3 branches and the bureaucratic agencies. We the people will oversee law enforcement on our terms, including the U.S. Supreme Court. In Article 3, we the people then authorize Congress to create inferior courts of its own, to resolve matters purely federal. But since all 3 branches of our federal servant have long been co-conspirators in organized crime, we dismiss the idea of the inferior federal courts. It would be ludicrous to look to the servants of our criminal servants to arrest their crimes. Now, we must begin a new way of life. Responsible sovereigns enforcing our highest law at last. If we the people fail to act, organized crime will continue to act, ever more ruthlessly, and our children will have no more hope of liberty, privacy, and property than the people of Russia, China, Mexico, or Afghanistan. As with our forefathers, today we the people face a crossroads in history. Our lawless government is not a monarch and Parliament half a world away this time, but our own criminal servants who've locked us out of our own homes, are skimming our payroll accounts, and defrauding us on every hand. The largest, longest-running, organized crime operation in history must end. By law, we the people are the only power that can lawfully end it.
Tactical Civics provides a set of solutions for enforcing the Constitution. We the people, by virtue of defeating the British in the Revolutionary War, had the mantle of government fall upon our shoulders. We're in charge. We wrote up a job description, a constitution, as it were. We hired people to do some of our government functions for us, but that starts with we the people. You can't exercise authority you don't know you have, and I'm here to tell you, you have the authority. Most of the problems we currently face wouldn't exist had the Constitution been enforced all along. Constitution's the chief law of the land. If it's unconstitutional, it's lawless. People that are lawless are called criminals. It's up to we the people to oversee and hold them in check. Citizens have a duty to participate in those institutions. The plan that Tactical Civics articulates has more than 4 steps, but these are the 4 beginning steps. Step 1 is we're going to build chapters in every county. We're looking at a chapter size of 0.5% of county population. Where I am, it's 401. That size ought to be big enough for us to effect the enumerated actions listed below. Obviously, we shared this with you because we're looking for you to join us as one of our county chapter members so that we can make these things happen. The Constitution was designed for us collectively, the collective sovereign, not for individuals or lone rangers. It won't work that way. But when we, the people, organize and stand together, we can put things aright. Once we have our numbers in place, we're going to pass a couple of ordinances. One is for the investigating or grand jury to oversee government operations, and the other is for the county militia. It's not an armed army type force, but rather the law enforcement arm of the county grand jury. Criminals aren't real good at arresting themselves, so we the people, using lawful militia, it's intra-constitutional. It's the way things have always been done until very recently. We're going to stand those back up. Those steps there alone will begin to provide oversight and enforcement within our counties. Number 3 is to ratify our first right. This was part of the original Bill of Rights. There was a paperwork snafu that caused it to continue to be pending, which means we need 27 states to ratify it, and it becomes law. It's out there waiting to be finished. And what that does is limits federal congressional districts to 50,000 people, about the size of your state legislator's district. Right now, there's 750,000 constituents in each district, making it very hard for you to have representation. The districts are too big. It was never intended to be that way. We need to fix that. And last, when we're done with that, we're going to have Congress return home and serve from the districts where the people elect them. This will cause them to be more responsive to us and our needs, and perhaps less responsive to outside needs and influences. Right now, we're on step 1. We are building numbers. we invite you to join us by going to tacticalcivics.com. And if you meet the qualifications and you have $5, please, by all means, join us in this project, this endeavor, this mission. While you're there, maybe sign your spouse up with you, because we're building numbers and we'll take the both of you. And maybe that's all you're going to do. But that is something. That's taking a stand. You're going to be contacted by somebody in your county to let you know what's going on, and you can discuss your level of participation with them. But we're happy to have you as part of what we're doing. But again, we're building numbers. And if you want to go just a little farther and help bring this thing to fruition, we'd like you to share this with your like-minded friends. And I have a script on here that I've used effectively. I have it printed here so that you can see it, transcribe it, however it is you acquire it, that'll enable you to share this brief explanation. I suggest you call people, say hi, make very little small talk or whatever you're required to do, but at the end say, oh, real quick, have you heard of Tactical Civics? They're going to say yes or no, or maybe so, it doesn't matter. Can I ask you some obvious questions?
You mind if I ask you a couple obvious questions? Do you think there's too many criminals and not enough public servants in government? Do you think the criminals need consequences and the public servants could use some supervision? Do you think somebody should do something about it for once? So do I. That's why I joined Tactical Civics. It's a set of solutions for that set of problems. If you said yes to those 3 questions, go to tacticalcivics.com, find the video and watch it, push the red button and join us. We'd love to have you as part of the solution.
If I sent you a short video, would you watch it tonight? And then hopefully you can figure out how to forward this short video to them, which gives them the same explanation you had, and the process will move forward. When enough of us decide to stand up and take control of our government, it will begin to work for us instead of against us. It will continue to be what the founders had always intended for it to be. If you have questions, get back to the person who shared this with you. They'll connect you with somebody or find you a book or get you an additional video or whatever you need. We're very transparent. Again, I'm Bill. I look forward to seeing you online somewhere down the road.